All right, Skip, back here on a Tuesday, a day late. We had some storms going on here in Bloomington. Why don't you talk about that yesterday?
Well, apologize to everybody out there for the late edition of the Skip Scoop, but we did. We had a big storm roll in and kind of affected our technology or our IT services here with Big Kyle, and you can kind of get a glimpse of the storm that rolled through. We thought we'd let you see that a little bit, and that explains my unshaven face. We still don't have power out in the Smith household, but it's like the show must go on in spite of the weather. So we're here getting our last edition of Skip Scoop. I think it goes without saying that, you're looking at this season, everybody's disappointed. Here we are on a Tuesday when I think everybody's expectations we should be in Columbus, Ohio. I know the guys are disappointed. We had our team meetings yesterday. All the players, we have final meetings with them as they depart for the summer, and certainly your seniors and guys that are going to be drafted, probably the last time some of the guys ever in an Indiana uniform. And it's a tough day because guys have invested a lot to be here, but we just finished up with those meetings yesterday, and a good group of guys, and I think the collective thought is, again, is everybody's a little numb, everybody's a little shocked that we didn't make that tournament. Statistically, the Hoosiers had a very good year in terms of pitching, defense, hitting. We were upper echelon of all the conference stats, and the one thing we didn't do was win and do what we needed to do when we needed to do it, and so that's something as we move forward for the guys to build on for next year. But looking back on another 30-win season, and the success we had against top 25 opponents this year, the SEC things, are something I think our guys will hang our hats on. But a lot to work on as we move forward. Excited about it and get ready, Kyle, for the summer. And there's no rest for the weary. It's time to start recruiting.
And Skip, with that, this is the official last episode of Skip Scoop of the 2011 season. We will be checking back periodically, but just wanted to thank the fans for tuning in each week. Yeah,
we had a blast with it. I mean, the positive feedback that we received from you and some great ideas with the show, and we'll be sure to pick it up certainly next fall. And we will check in, Kyle. We'll do an occasional summer check-in and Skip Scoop, so make sure you follow that. But had a lot of fun with it. I think it does give some classic insight to what's going on with Hoosier baseball, and looking forward to it. I know we had a lot of fun. It's a little bummer edition of the last edition here. But such is life, and really the purpose of the show is to give you the inside look of how we're feeling, how we're doing, and all those things. And it's a somber mood, but yet we'll be back, and we'll be back ready to go, certainly on the diamond, but also with Skip Scoop.
And as you mentioned, it's a busy day for you. It's time to get a lot of summer preparations, get ready for the 2012 season. So let's make it quick. Let's get into some pictures of the week.
Well, you know what? The pictures didn't stop flowing. This one comes from Nicole and Jonathan. And you can see Nicole there in the foreground, but Jonathan looks like that was his position that he played throughout his entire career, sitting on the bench there in the Hoosier dugout. Thank you for that, Jonathan. This comes from good friend Pat Ryan. Pat sporting his Indiana gear. As you can see there, we got a little bit of Fenway Park classic photo there, looking very studious, Kyle, in his glasses. We may have to get him an IU hat there to match that. This is one of my favorites. This is our honorary coach, assistant coach. I shouldn't even call him assistant. He's probably really a head coach. He second guesses everything I do. But Zach Metzger here showing his ball that he got. He threw out the game ball and got the guys to sign that. And Big Z looking great there. It probably wouldn't be a regular Skip Scoop photo session if we didn't have a canine making an appearance here. And we got, whose dog is this?
The Donatos.
Donato's dog. We'll just call it Dog. Donato's dog. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but and speaking of the Donatos, rolling in there looks like some of Joey's extended family there. I'm not quite sure who that is.
They were from Michigan. It was a Michigan State Series. They talked them into wearing Hoosier gear. So.
Okay, so we've got Chris and Mark. Okay, Chris and Mark and son Andy and daughter-in-law Gail there with grandson Drew, making the trip, supporting the Hoosiers from the Michigan State and rooting for the Hoosiers. I like that. I like that. And Kyle, keeping with our true Hollywood, we've got that big Hollywood connection here. We've got some IU Hoosier fans. The host of Access Hollywood Live, Kit Hoover and Billy Bush, sporting their Indiana Hoosier baseball jerseys. That's a classic photo from the West Coast right there. And I think it wouldn't be our show if we didn't fittingly close out the season with the weekly picture from the one and only Ross Dickerson. And we think Ross is son Alex, probably going to be a very, very high draft pick in next June's draft, or this coming June's draft. And hopefully Ross doesn't stop his submissions, because they're always classic. I don't know where the heck this one is.
Zach Brown bearing concert, I believe.
Zach Brown, well, there he is traveling around again. You can see him. He has a Coke or a water or something there in his little glass that he's drinking. But we're going to miss Ross Dickerson being a part of this, and we hope that he keeps sending those in. But there we go, the final edition of Skip Scoop with the pictures, and hopefully that people will keep sending those in the future.
And Skip, Ross enjoying some country music there. What do you think about American Idol? 2 country artists as the final 2.
I love it. I said it, on my Twitter, which you can still follow. I'll still tweet throughout the summer and kind of keep people posted. But I said America's pretty smart. They have 2 country people left. I'm still leaning on our boy Scotty. I think he's probably going to get it. Plus, he's got a little baseball background, so I like that as well. But want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll definitely stay connected, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next season.